How are we? Trigger warning. This is a video I have probably been wanting to make for the last 6 to 7 years. Dead serious. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you, I'm just sorting cards I had sitting here, and they're telling me some of them are going to be appropriate for what I'm talking about. And I have I can't talk. No idea how many parts this might be, because I don't know what's all going to come out. But when I say to you that there's big spiritual awakening going on right now, and people are falling apart, I'm seeing it on TikTok, and people are begging for help because they're not understanding what's happening. And for those of you who are going through this, I understand, because I had several awakenings in my life. But then you go through what I call the spiritual initiation and then integration. So there's kind of a 3-step on this, okay? Your spiritual awakening was when you question everything. I've been doing it my whole life, honestly. My very first big spiritual awakening, I was about 14. And I won't go into that whole story. But then again in college, my sophomore year, and I left UW-Whitewater. Because I'm like, why do I need to do this to go do things that I want to do in my world? Because my parents told me, the government told me. Anything I questioned when I was younger, I kept very quiet for a very long time because I didn't want to ruffle feathers, and I didn't want to. And coming from a household where alcoholism and drug use went rampant for a lot of years. And, you know, those of you who knew my stepdad knew his wild ways and the way that that man was. But did it make me hate him? No. Did it make me disrespect him in a lot? Yes. Did I learn a lot? Yes. Do I wish I would have not had to go through those experiences? 100% yes. But I know that all the shit and the crap that I have been handed to me has only made me better. And I wrote this down the other day. Mental strength from the underworld, and your healing comes from above. I've always said this. I feel like Earth is the training ground of hell. Honestly. And I questioned a lot of things about religion as well, because the things in the Bible just didn't sit right with me. And I have forever said for a very long time, the Bible is just a book written by man. I wrote a book. I just haven't published it yet. Many people have written books. But what the Bible is a conglomerate of a lot of people throwing in their opinions and their stories and their parables. And I posted something yesterday about the David versus Goliath. And all it is a representation of man, woman, versus your own ego. That's all it is. And yeah. So many of you wanted Trump to be on that list. And the fact that he's not should tell you something. You know, I wasn't Trump's supporter forever. But as I saw the things that he did, and he wasn't looking to do it for glory. He wasn't looking to do it for, he was doing it to help find the children and the men and the women who have gone missing because of the God that they worship. And when they say God, they don't mean the God that was created in religions and or Buddha or Allah or whatever religion, you know. I've always said you are free to believe what you want. But when your religion teaches you to hate other human beings, that is an organized cult. That is not religion. My opinion. But as you wake up to all the horrific things that have gone on in this world and all the things that are currently happening and all the truth that is coming out, because it can't stay hidden. They have been using Hollywood and the political theater forever to tell you the truth. Why do you think The Simpsons always knew everything? Do you know that there's an entertainment industry spot in the Pentagon? Have you researched anything? And I'm not trying to be shitty. I'm just asking questions to you, because if you haven't gone down any of the conspiracy theory rabbit holes, you're missing out. Because what's going to happen over the next 3 weeks to a month, I'm telling you now, if you don't have a hold of your mental, this is going to screw with you. If you're actively in addiction, if you are in a depression, if you are in any kind of mental instability at this point, please go get yourself some help. Because there are many of us, and when I say many of us, I'm talking the first wavers, the people who have now gone through those spiritual awakenings, and they have awoken and have now integrated and now know what to do for themselves and how to keep themselves grounded and how to keep the mind. And if you don't think that I don't get spiritual warfare, oh my gosh, do I get spiritual warfare. But I've learned how to deal with it, and I've learned how to ground myself, and I've learned how to keep myself stable. And I know that the alcohol and the things, they don't help. They just enhance the doubt that goes through your mind. And I'm getting very hot. When you can't regulate your nervous system, and they want you to fear everything. I fear nothing. Somebody could come to my door and it would be my last day, and that's okay. Because I know that where I go from here, I don't get recycled back in. I'm on my last time. This is my final hurrah on this lovely planet called Earth. I am not going to integrate again because I don't believe that I'm from here. And I've said this too. Any of us neurodivergent, which is what I honestly think matches more than anything that's out there as far as a diagnosis or whatever they want to give it. All the gifted, all the individuals who have those gifts have some form of ADHD, ADD, whatever the hell it is all called. And many of us were put into families where we were tested our entire lives. And they try to cover up the shine and the light that we brought, because we were put here to help you for these times right now. And I have many friends, many soul sisters, who, if you go out to my page, you can see there's trauma. There's, just the mental part of it that you need to deal with before you're going to be able to handle what's coming out. And I'm not here to incite fear. I am not here to tell you your beliefs and everything about, the Democratic Party and all these years. They're showing their hand. And if you're not seeing it and you're still supporting that, I question you. I do. I salute you for your commitment. But your commitment is going to be truly tested as more of the rituals and the children and the blood that was shed and the children that have gone missing and the families that have been torn apart by our CPS systems throughout our country, and the lies and the lies and the lies and more of the lies that have been told. I just don't want you to think that anything that you're starting to see hasn't been going on the entire time you've been here, because it has. Very hidden for a very long time. There will be things that even I won't be able to watch. I have a hard time watching, and anybody that knows me well, anything to do with satanic anything, any kind of scary movies, any kind of blood, guts, gore, any of it. It's just, it hurts physically. But once I started to learn about myself and my own mental stability and started leading from my heart and forgiving and letting go and separating myself from people that all they wanted to do was judge and tell me who I needed to be, versus worrying about themselves and working on themselves to make themselves better. They wanted to tell me what I needed to do for me. I'll be 59 years old this month. The only person that I listen to is me. The only conversations I have besides that are with my God, my Creator. He sees everything, you guys. Everything. And there will be a review when you leave this planet. But you don't ever die. We are multi-dimensional beings that live in many different timelines at any given time. But the one that you're currently in right now is the one that you wake up to every day. But when you're sleeping, and if you figured out, some of you, the talent that you have, you'll understand better what I'm saying. And for those of you who think I'm crazy and nuts and always have, this isn't for you. It's okay. Go on your way. And you can defriend me if you want to. I'm fine with that too. And you don't have to announce it. It's all good. I wish you nothing but happiness and love. Because the difference, besides the people who are trying to do this, and it's all psyop. It's all psyop. It's all mental. But once you realize what is actually happening, and you choose to listen to yourself, and you choose to understand and take good care of yourself and ground yourself, get out in nature, drink lots of water because it keeps the cells, and talk kindly to your body. Your body doesn't know the difference between a joke and honesty. It just hears what you're saying, and that's what it listens to. So if you're telling yourself bad things, guess what's going to happen? But when you tell yourself that you love yourself and that you're doing very well and you're doing things that you want to, it's when the manifestation and the things that you want start to come in. And the more alone time that you have and the more you work on yourself, the more you start to see it. I have cut out so many people in my life. I have a handful. And again, if I see you or I read it, I'm never going to not be kind. That is not who I am. I just don't know how to be that individual. But if you've been somebody who has physically made it your career life span to go out to jeopardize my life and make my life hell and have done spell work on me, and oh, by the way, I know that spell jar in your freezer broke. I know. You can't get things past those of us who already know, because we either get a vision, we see it with our third eye, we hear it, or we're going to feel it in our body. That is how truth resonates. So yes, to all my exes and all the people who thought you got away with stuff and I didn't know about it, I know about it. I just chose not to do anything about it. Why? That's your deal, not mine. Because I can sleep well at night knowing that I was honest. And my karma has been taken care of as well. We all pay it. And now, it is very swift for many. So be careful. It's not left versus right, red versus blue. This is good versus evil. This is spiritual warfare. This is mind control. Make your decision to unite. Love your neighbor. Work in your community. Watch out for each other and understand. They're coming for your mind. Okay? I love you all so much. I'm sure I have more, but we'll start here. Have a good day.